Stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Ruby Augusta Gadler.
May it please the court, I move that my goddaughter, Ruby Augusta Adler, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ruby Augusta Adler be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tiffany Louise Austin.
May it please the court, I move that Tiffany Louise Austin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Tiffany Louise Austin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rachel Bakshi.
May it please the court, I move that Rachel Bakshi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rachel Bakshi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucy Josephine Burt.
May it please the court, I move that Lucy Josephine Burt, my daughter-in-law, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lucy Josephine Burt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kellen Christina Catano de Souza Chambers.
May it please the court, I move that Kellen Christina Caetano de Souza Chambers be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kellen Christina Caetano de Souza Chambers be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melanie Angelica Catania.
May it please the court, I move that Melanie Angelica Catania be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melanie Angelica Catania be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Diana Zinran Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Diana Shinran Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Diana Chinran Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liliana Caitlin Elisabetta Colorelli.
May it please the court, I move that Liliana Caitlin Elizabetti Colorelli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liliana Caitlin Elisabetta Colorelli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel James Cook.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel James Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Daniel James Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vania Coqui Morales.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Vania Coquis Morales be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Vania Coqui Morales be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harrison Stanley Coulter.
May it please the court, I move that Harrison Stanley Coulter be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harrison Stanley Coulter be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charles Noah Crawford.
May it please the court, I move that Charles Noah Crawford be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charles Noah Crawford be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathaniel Della Rea.
May it please the court, I move that Nathaniel Della Rea be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathaniel Della Rea be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabel Yunjin Elika.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Isabel Yunjin Elika, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabel Yunjin Elika be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Elizabeth Lowndes Forbes.
May it please the court, I move that Grace Elizabeth Lowndes Forbes be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Elizabeth Lowndes Forbes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Therese Forrester.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Therese Forrester be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Therese Forrester be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andrew Henry Gay.
May it please the court, I move that Andrew Henry Gay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andrew Henry Gay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Caterina Girardi.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Caterina Girardi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Caterina Girardi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adam Michael Gonsalves.
May it please the court, I move that Adam Michael Goncalves be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adam Michael Goncalves be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gemma Marie Leslie Harvey.
May it please the court, I move that Gemma Marie Leslie Harvey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Gemma Marie Leslie Harvey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jia Wen Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Jia Wen Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this.
That Jia Wen Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alessia Urachi.
Please the court, I move that Alessia Irachi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Alessia Irachi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Jebbo.
May it please the court, I move Jonathan Jebbo to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jonathan Jebbo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lindsay Louise Johnson.
May it please the court, I move that Lindsay Louise Johnson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lindsay Louise Johnson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick K. Roos.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick K. Roos be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Patrick K. Roos be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vishal Khanna.
May it please the court, I move that Vishal Khanna be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Vishal Khanna be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Heather Mary Curry.
May it please the court, I move that Heather Mary Curry be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Heather Mary Curry be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Junsu Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Daniel Junsu Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Daniel Junsu Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Robert Wade Kobasi.
May it please the court, I move that Robert Way Cabasi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Robert Way Cabasi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tin Wing Perina Lau.
May it please the court, I move that Tin Wing Perina Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Tin Wing Perina Lau be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucy Carolyn Lennon.
May it please the court, I move that Lucy Caroline Lennon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lucy Carolyn Lennon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Genevieve Makochi.
May it please the court, I move that Genevieve Makochi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Genevieve Makochi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Sophie Murray McLean.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Sophie Murray McLean be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Charlotte Sophie Murray McLean be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joel Daniel Mackay.
May it please the court, I move that Joel Daniel McKay be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Joel Daniel McKay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Keshav Mohan.
May it please the court, I move that Keshav Mohan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Keshav Mohan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Daniel Lee Morgan.
May it please the court, I move that Danielle Lee Morgan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Danielle Lee Morgan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Reese Cooper Nuttall.
May it please the court, I move that Reese Cooper Nuttall be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Reese Cooper Nuttall be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Arun Pathasarathi.
May it please the court, I move that Arun Parthasarari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Arun Parthasarathi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Labitsa Perisic.
May it please the court, I move that Lubika Perisic be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lubitsa Perisic be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Varun Bajur Rao.
May it please the court, I move that Varun Bajur Rao be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Varun Bajur Rao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gabriella Jade Ross.
May it please the court, I move that Gabriella Jade Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Gabriella Jade Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mayor Shirley Ruber.
May it please the court, I move that Mayor Shirley Ruber be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mayor Shirley Ruber be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dana Miriam Rudner.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Dana Miriam Rutner, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Dana Miriam Rutner be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick John Ryan.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick John Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Patrick John Ryan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James McRae Sampson.
May it please the court, I move that James McRae Sampson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let James McRae Sampson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rose Madeline Sands.
May it please the court, I move that Rose Madeline Sands be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rose Madeline Sands be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claudia Amy Saywell.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Claudia Amy Saywell, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claudia Amy Sable be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Louise Sheridan.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Elizabeth Louise Sheridan, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Louise Sheridan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joseph Callahan Singer.
May it please the court, I move that Joseph Callahan Singer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joseph Callahan Singer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charles William Scoose.
May it please the court, I move that Charles William Scoose be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charles William Scoose be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emma Victoria Stenhouse.
May it please the court, I move that Emma Victoria Stenhouse be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emma Victoria Stenhouse be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Oliver Charles Taborda.
May it please the court, I move that Oliver Charles Taborda be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Oliver Charles Taborda be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rose Yolanda Tapper.
May it please the court, I move that Rose Yolanda Tapper be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rose Yolanda Tapper be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andy Alexander Tom Sirisop.
May it please the court, I move that Andy Alexander Tamsirasip be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andy Alexander Tamsirasip be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Olivia Yuri Tomiyama.
May it please the court, I move that Olivia Yuri Tomiyama be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Olivia Yuri Tomiyama be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claire Elizabeth Veal.
May it please the court, I move that Claire Elizabeth Veal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claire Elizabeth Veal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Meng Ying Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Meng Ying Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Men Ying Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lillian Gabrielle Wilson.
May it please the court, I move that my sister Lillian Gabriel Wilson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lillian Gabrielle Wilson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bridget Mariah Walden.
May it please the court, I move that Bridget Mariah Walden be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bridget Mariah Walden be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xiao Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Zhao Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xiao Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fu Yi Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Fu Yi Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fu Yi Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Laura Katharina Zimmerman.
May it please the court, I move that Laura Katerina Zimmerman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Laura Katerina Zimmerman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tiffany Zwonik.
May it please the court, I move that my niece Tiffany Swan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tiffany Swanwick be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Will now be necessary for those whose admissions have just been moved to, when and as directed, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed by our officiating officer.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Ruby Augusta Adler, Tiffany Louise Austin, Rochelle Bakshi, Lucy Josephine Burt, Kellen Christina Catano de Souza Chambers, Melanie Angelica Catania, Diana Jinran Chen, Liliana Caitlin Elisabetta Colorelli, Daniel James Cook, Vania Coquis Morales, Harrison Stanley Coulter, Charles Noah Crawford, Nathaniel Della Rea, Isabel Yunjin Elliker, Grace Elizabeth Lowndes Forbes, Lauren Therese Forrester. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Andrew Henry Gay, Isabella Caterina Gerardi, Adam Michael Gonsalves, Gemma Marie Leslie Harvey, Jia Wen Huang, Alessia Irachi, Jonathan Jebo, Lindsay Louise Johnson, Patrick K. Ruse, Vishal Khanna, Heather Mary Curry, Daniel Junsu Kim, Robert Wei Kobasi, Tin Wing Parana Lau, Lucy Carolyn Lennon, Genevieve Makochi, Charlotte Sophie Murray McLean, Joel Daniel McKay, Keshav Mohan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. Could the row of admittees in front of me please stand? Danielle Lee Morgan, Reese Cooper Nuttall, Arun Pathasarati, Labicha Peresic, Varun Bjur Rao, Gabriella Jade Ross, Maya Shirley Ruber, Dana Miriam Rutner, Patrick John Ryan, James McRae Sampson, Rose Madeline Sands, Claudia Amy Saywell, Elizabeth Louise Sheridan, Joseph Callahan Singer, and Charles William Scoot. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Emma Victoria Stenhouse, Oliver Charles Taborda, Rose Yolanda Tapper, Andy Alexander Tom Sirisuk, Olivia Yuri Tomiyama, Claire Elizabeth Veal, Mengying Wang, Lillian Gabrielle Wilson, Bridget Mariah Walden, Xia Zhang, Fu Yi Zheng, Laura Katerina Zimmerman, and Tiffany Zwanning. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all this morning to the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning, to my immediate right, is Justice McHugh, a Judge of Appeal. To my left, Justice Kuntz, a Judge of the Equity Division of the Court. To Justice McHugh's right, Justice Huggett, who is the Chief Judge of the District Court of New South Wales. And to Justice Kuntz's left, Justice Schmidt, who's a Judge of the Common Law Division, and I hope she won't mind me saying, the longest-serving judicial officer in New South Wales. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the newly admitted lawyers, to practice this morning. And we've done so in this courtroom, which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years. The court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I'm also delighted to acknowledge that sitting with us on the bench to Justice Schmidt's left, His Honour Judge Michael Allen, the Chief Magistrate of New South Wales, Her Honour Judge Penelope Wass of the District Court of New South Wales, and Her Honour Judge Nell Skinner of the District Court, but also President of the Children's Court of New South Wales. I'm delighted that you've been able to sit with us on the bench this morning. I also acknowledge in the body of the court His Honour Judge Michael Antrim, the Deputy Chief Magistrate of New South Wales. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one of great celebration and achievement. We up here on the bench know how hard you've all worked to reach this important milestone. And I'm also very pleased to welcome all of those with you today, physically or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of friends and family will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure that they're all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a long civilised lunch or a dinner to celebrate. Now, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. So it was in May of this year, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. Please take time to view the history wall outside this courtroom, the photographs of our bicentennial sitting, and the new Supreme Court gallery to get a taste of our rich history. You're also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you'll also be presented with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, 1824 to 2024, as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. The book is only about 430 pages, although there are pictures, which are very rich and fascinating. I do hope that you take time to read it, not necessarily in one sitting, and enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court to which each of you has just, of which each of you has just become an officer. Now, in celebrating the court's bicentenary, we've also celebrated 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say something more shortly. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers, and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings each of you has made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. It is an oath of continuing significance. So whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, the Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Being admitted as a lawyer of this court is a privilege, and it bears a responsibility. It's not a right. Now, you will see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases I have to say literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you that we don't do so because they're particularly comfortable, which they are not. But we do so for some important symbolic reasons. First, they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 43% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. There are also now over 600 women barristers, including the President of the New South Wales Bar Association and the incoming President of the Law Society of New South Wales. And women make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35. That is a radical change from the time I commenced practice, which I like to think was not all that long ago. It has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which we see so much global uncertainty and security, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law as, I quote, a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder. In New South Wales, we value the rule of law and the independence of our judiciary. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, for example, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges which the legal profession and the judiciary are continuing to engage with. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, as I've said, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and interact with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis, affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position, or family position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary educated in and sensitive to the many different cultural strands which contribute to the fabric of our society. The admission ceremonies on which I have sat, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the judiciary are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity in our profession. That in turn builds trust in and respect for not only the judiciary and the legal profession, but ultimately, I think, the rule of law. Now, let me offer a little bit of professional and personal advice on this Friday morning. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you've developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. As I've already emphasised, those duties continue with you for the whole of your professional life, whether you're a litigator in court or a practitioner in a non-adversarial context. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time if we're honest with ourselves. But the important thing is this: if you do make mistakes, that your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those mistakes. One mistake I always advise young lawyers not to make or to seek to avoid making is the mistake of giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Your role as a lawyer is to give critical, independent advice about what the law is and what a person or a company's obligations are, or what a person's rights are, even if the message or the advice is not palatable to your client. Aspects of the law, especially if you are involved in the litigation side of practice, can be confrontational. The practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load. So it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour at all times when dealing with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate, remembering at all times that you are members of a profession and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their points simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or difficult to understand, complex. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, so strive to be clear and concise at all times, both in your writing and in your oral advice. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that is often because well-motivated lawyers will want to go the next step to ensure that the brief is fully prepared, that the advice is comprehensive, that all considerations have been taken into account, and that all of that is admirable, but it can creep up on you and become, as I say, physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also remember or know that the law is a highly collegiate profession. In that context, I'll be calling on Ms Anderson of the Bar to offer a few words of welcome on behalf this morning, both of the New South Wales Bar and the Law Society of New South Wales, to offer a few words of welcome. Ms Anderson, do you move?
Thank you, Your Honour. May it please the Court. My name is Brianna Anderson and I've been practising for 3.5 years at the Bar, predominantly in commercial and construction law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association and the New South Wales Law Society, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, whilst also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. I love the challenge of the law, and at the Bar, every day is different. Whilst the law might be old, it is continually changing, meaning that I'm learning every day. I enjoy working with a variety of people, including individuals and companies, and appearing in various jurisdictions. Coming to the Bar is not something I ever thought that I would do. However, without giving it much thought at the time, my journey to the Bar actually started on the day that I was admitted. My parents and I arrived a bit early, so stopped in to have a coffee at Bean Bar just outside the court. There were no tables available, so my dad asked a gentleman who was sitting on his own whether we could share his table. He agreed, and we had a brief conversation with him, but one that I have remembered to this day. He was a barrister in his first 5 years of the bar. He was in the New Barristers Committee, like I am today, and he said that he was passionate about trying to encourage young lawyers to join the profession, particularly women. Whilst I quietly smiled and nodded, internally I rebuffed the suggestion, thinking that I was not good enough or smart enough. However, here I am standing before you today representing the Bar Association. That day, the day of my admission, that little seed was planted in my mind. It took me a few years to realise that maybe it was something I wanted to do, and it took me a while for me to learn that the bar is far more diverse than I had perceived as a junior lawyer. Since coming to the bar, I've never looked back, and I've never forgotten that fateful encounter at Bean Bar on the day of my admission. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there's also a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice as a barrister, as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There is an open door policy and it is adopted by all. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including the New Barristers Committee, which, like myself, Diversity and Equality Committee, which promotes one of key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or a barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Perhaps today, the day of your admission, this is the seed planted in your mind, like it was in my mind almost 10 years ago. Maybe the bar is not something you thought or think you'll ever do. I didn't. But don't close your mind to the idea. It is a fantastic and rewarding profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association and the New South Wales Law Society, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, it's challenging and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community, and you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We up here on the bench wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of Justices McHugh, Kuntz, Huggett and Schmidt, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court